Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. I'm Brent Apperson, and that's it for this morning. I'm the lone guy in the studio because we have other members of our staff who are on the road again. Like a group of DJs, they go down the highway. I'll leave it there. Anyway, they are headed to Cozad. We're talking about Christy Wells and Dave Burney. They are headed to Cozad today. Special remote broadcast coming up in the beginning in the 8 o'clock hour and then continuing in the 9 o'clock hour as our friends in Cozad get ready to celebrate an old-fashioned Christmas coming up, and we're going to find out more details about that. We're going to be visiting with some of the Cozad businesses who are involved. In fact, we'll be visiting with Rustic and Red, the Meridian Tap House, the Cozad Chamber, Presence Candles, Earl's Auto Glass, JM's Gifts, and the Robert Henry Museum. We'll be finding out what those places have going on as they celebrate an old-fashioned Christmas coming up this weekend in Cozad. So we'll be finding out more about that as we go through the show today. We do encourage you to stay tuned for that. Also have some guests coming in to visit with us, so we got a jam-packed show as we get rolling on this Thursday morning. Also an exciting day on the sports side of things because this is the opening day of winter sports season competition. A lot of our area teams, basketball and wrestling, going to be starting their seasons today and tonight. And here on KBBN 95.3 FM, we will tip off our coverage of area high school basketball for you tonight, as we'll be up at the Indian Gym as Broken Bow will host Arcadia Loop City in an area girls and boys basketball doubleheader. And we'll have live coverage of both varsity games for you tonight on the Thunderbird KBBN 95.3 FM, also on the web at kbbn.com. We encourage you to join us for that later on tonight. Game 1 is scheduled to tip off at 6 o'clock. Girls' game will be first, boys' game will follow, and you can listen to them both tonight on KBBN 95.3 FM. And then tomorrow night, we're going to travel to Arnold, and we'll have an area doubleheader between Twin Loop and South Loop. Again, girls' game tipping at 6 o'clock, boys' game to follow. We'll have live coverage of both for you tomorrow night on KBBN 95.3 FM, also on the web at kbbn.com. All right, let's take a look at what today is as we get started this morning. Today is the start of Dressember. Now, I wasn't familiar with this, but today is the start of Dressember. Apparently, women around the world are encouraged to wear a dress every single day in December to help raise money and bring awareness to women's issues, particularly human trafficking and exploitation. Today is Rosa Parks Day, honoring the civil rights hero. On this day in 1955, she refused to give up her seat to a white passenger while riding a bus in Montgomery, Alabama. Parks was fined $10, but her actions helped kick off an epic civil rights movement in America. Also today is National Christmas Lights Day. Now, yesterday they lit up the Rockefeller Christmas tree. Now it's your turn. Today is National Christmas Lights Day. Electric Christmas lights were invented in 1882 by a guy named Edward Johnson, who was an associate of Thomas Edison. He was the first guy to put electric Christmas lights on his tree. Before that, what did they use? Candles. Probably not a wise choice. So there you go. National Christmas Lights Day is today. Also, it's National Pie Day. Now, this is celebrating the pie that we eat. It's not celebrating the math term, pie. All right? This is National Pie Day, not to be confused with National Pie Day, which falls on March 14th, 314. That one is for math nerds. But this one is just an excuse to eat pie. Here's some fun facts about pie. Pie was invented more than 8,000 years ago. Every year, grocery stores sell more than 186 million pies. Now, here's my favorite. You want to know what the most expensive pie is? Well, apparently, Lord Dudley Hotel in Australia sells the world's most expensive pie. It's filled with beef, lobster, and black truffles. The crust, it says, is made with 24-karat gold leaf, and it costs, you want to take a guess? It costs nearly $10,000. There you go. some pie facts for you on National Pie Day. As we continue to roll through the morning, we won't have school lunch menus for you today. We're moving into a new month and just haven't had the opportunity to get some of the new menus put together, so we'll skip by that this morning. Certainly, the music world mourning the loss today of Christine McVie. The music world lost a legend. Christine McVie, who gained superstardom as a member of Fleetwood Mac, passed away at the age of 79. The group Fleetwood Mac paid tribute to her on Twitter, writing that she was truly one of a kind, special, and talented beyond measure. So as we get rolling on this Thursday morning, we play a little music from Christine McVie as we remember her and her music on this Thursday. All right, let's play the game now as we go through the holiday season. You know, there have been a lot of movies associated with Christmas as the theme. Many of them have turned into classics, and that's certainly the situation with this one. How many, come on now, raise your hand. How many of you have seen A Christmas Story? It's a classic Christmas movie for sure. It has been around for many, many years. And so we're going to test your knowledge on this famous Christmas movie, okay? So here we go. Here's your question for today. What was the standard reply whenever Ralphie said he wanted a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas? He was always asking for one, and there was a standard reply that he got. Was it, "It's too expensive," "You're too young," "It's too dangerous," or "You'll shoot your eye out"? In the movie A Christmas Story, what was the standard reply whenever Ralphie said what he wanted a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas? Your choices are: "It's too expensive," "You're too young," "It's too dangerous," or "You'll shoot your eye out." If you know, call us at 872-2801.
The staff at Barney Health Mart is so excited for the Christmas season. Whether for your gift exchange, friends, or for family, they are excited to help you pick out that special stocking stuffer or gift. Don't forget they offer complimentary gift wrapping. Toys, Christmas decor, Christmas cards, ornaments, and more are at Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Loop Basin Public Health Department wants to keep you and your family safe this winter. Protect yourself by staying up to date with your COVID vaccinations, including your booster dose. Getting a booster dose means you will increase your protection against severe disease and continue protecting your loved ones and community against COVID-19. Get vaccinated today by calling 308-346-5795 to book your appointment or check out their social media outlets for more COVID information. Loop Basin Public Health Department wishes you a safe and healthy winter.
All right, we have our player on the line here this morning. Good morning. Who are we talking to?
This is Sue.
Sue, how are you today?
I'm great.
How are things up your direction?
Well, we got more snow than you guys, definitely. We had a good 3.5 inches.
Oh, did you? Well, hey, that's I was just going to say, you take the moisture, right? We definitely need it. All right, Sue, have you seen the Christmas movie A Christmas Story?
I not only have seen it, I took all my family to Kearney last year around this time to a theater stage production of it.
Oh, man, I bet that was fun.
It was very, very good.
All right. Well, I'm sure you know the answer. What was the standard reply whenever Ralphie said he wanted a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas? Did he hear...
You'll shoot your eye out.
There you go. Of course, you'll shoot your eye out. Where's the bell? There we go. Now we've got a winner officially. All right, Sue, we've got a certificate that's going to get you a free 6-inch sub at Subway. So come on out and see us when you can, all right?
Will do. Thanks so much.
You bet. Thanks, Sue. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Oh, what a classic line. And of course, Ralphie he wanted his Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas, and yep, he kept hearing, "You'll shoot your eye out." 7:45 the time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
And Sargent at 905 West Edith Street, we have a home that has a beautiful kitchen with an island. The range and refrigerator are staying. Living room and dining room both have large picture windows. Main floor laundry with utility sink located right off the kitchen. Main floor has 3 nice-sized bedrooms and second bathroom. And 2 bathrooms. Master bedroom has a walk-in closet and master bathroom. Lower level has a family room, 3rd bathroom, office, non-conforming bedroom, and a storage room. Newer Bristol windows, water heater new in 2019, electric home with a heat pump. Main floor has been updated. Large lot with attached heated double garage with 11x7 workshop in the back, utility shed, and underground sprinklers. It's move-in ready at 905 West Edith Street in Sargent. I think that sums it up for this week, but thanks for listening. Talk to you next week. Thank you.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The case over President Biden's student loan forgiveness program has been dealt another blow, this time by a federal appeals court. Loyola Law's Lori Levinson.
It's being challenged by courts around the country, but so far they haven't had much luck in having the courts uphold the program.
She predicts it'll wind up in the Supreme Court. Lawmakers in the House take the first step toward imposing an administration-brokered contract deal on railroad workers to prevent a strike this month.
The yeas are 290, the nays are 137. The joint resolution is passed.
The Senate votes next. Hundreds of students attend a vigil for 4 University of Idaho classmates murdered in their off-campus home. One of them was Ben Mogan's daughter, Madison.
Such a great kid, such a perfect little baby. So just smart and funny and beautiful.
Still, no arrest in the case. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, Mickey Joseph, who served as the interim head coach for the Nebraska football team during the 2022 season, was arrested in Lincoln on Wednesday. According to Lincoln police, Joseph was taken into custody around 2 p.m. near South 34th and Tree Line Drive on a domestic disturbance. The Lincoln Police Department's call log on Wednesday evening showed officers were called to the area on a report that someone had pushed, choked, punched a victim, and pulled the victim's hair. Joseph is facing domestic charges of assault and strangulation. Upon concluding the investigation, Robert Mickey Joseph, age 54 of Lincoln, was arrested at a separate location for strangulation and third-degree domestic assault. He was lodged in Lancaster County Jail. The Lincoln Police Department release stated to protect the victim in this case and to be in compliance with Nebraska state law, additional information, including the identity of the victim and any injuries, is not being released. Nebraska Athletic Director Trev Alberts released the following statement, quote, I was made aware of the charges against Coach Joseph, and given the nature of the allegations and based on university policy, he has been placed on administrative leave. We will have no additional comment at this time. Joseph, who just completed his first year at Nebraska after coming from LSU, served as the interim coach for the Huskers. Nebraska fans had been waiting to hear whether Joseph was going to be retained on the Husker coaching staff after new head coach Matt Rule was hired by the athletic department on Monday.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Brian Fenley.
According to ESPN, the Rose Bowl committee has agreed to, yes, be a part of the recently announced 12-team college football playoff format that will get started as soon as 2024. In the NBA, the Lakers got to win 128-109. LeBron James had 31 points. It was a memorable night for Phoenix Suns' Devin Booker.
LaVine, pass is picked off by Booker. Here he comes. Whammo! And Booker has scored 50.
Suns radio, he would finish with 51 points, sitting out the fourth quarter. Just had a game to remember and did it in a 132-113 victory against the Bulls. The Nuggets crossed off the Rockets 120-100. Nikola Jokic nearly a triple-double. And the Jazz stopped the Clippers 125-112.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Look for sunny to partly cloudy skies across the area for today, with highs climbing up into the upper 40s. We'll have our winds a bit breezy out of the south and southeast at 10 to 20. Then for tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 25. For your Friday, partly sunny skies on the windy side, highs in the upper 40s close to 50, winds switching to the northwest at 20 to 30. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right, and when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681.
7 minutes past the hour, 20 degrees currently in our studio. Some cloud cover now with south-southeast winds at 5 miles an hour, barometer 29.91, and the humidity is 83%. High yesterday in Broken Bow, 31. The low dropping to 20. Sunset for this evening, 5 at 10. Sunrise tomorrow, 7:46. Of course, we start a new month today, so no measurable precipitation yet recorded in our studios for the month of December. We concluded November at 0.27 of an inch in precip recorded here at our studios. Good to have you with us on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Brent in the studio with you. Again, we'll be visiting with Dave Burney a little bit later in the show as he's on his way to Cozad to talk about the happenings of an old-fashioned Christmas in Cozad, and that'll be coming up later in the show. In the meantime, we've got Erin with us from Pearson Physical Therapy to visit. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Good.
We're talking off the air, trying to get ready for Christmas, and it sounds like you and your family are trying to get ready. It's hard to believe we're in December already.
I know. Yeah, all the things that you got to get done to make the magic happen. And I read this meme the other day, and it was funny. It was like when you're a kid, all the magic that happens at Christmas, and then when you're a mom, you are the magic. You're the one that makes it happen.
That's very
And there's
true.
really a lot of truth to that. I never really realized till I became a mom. But yeah, there's so much stuff you have to get done in the month of December and leading up to that. But it's still fun, though. We really enjoy it. So, yeah.
And, you know, well, we got a taste of this just a couple of days ago. The snow fell.
Mm-hmm.
People were out scooping walks.
Yep.
Some places got more snow than others. It was kind of slick outside.
It was.
And so, you know, I'm sure that in your line of work, you always stress be careful when you're out on icy conditions because falls can really, well, do some damage. We know that.
They say a lot when it's slick outside, you walk like a penguin. You almost waddle. You lower your center of mass. You widen your base of support, get your feet a little wider, and walk slow. Just to reduce that chance for falling for sure. So, but today we really wanted to talk about ways we got to think about maintaining our spine health. So out there scooping snow, you got to be really, cognizant of how you're using that shovel, switching from dominant side to non-dominant side, making sure that you're not overdoing it, scooping with one dominant side, because that's typically where a lot of people run themselves into some trouble. But they say, a lot of sources, it varies, but the average American sits for 6.5 to 10 hours a day, just sitting, like at their job, at their work, things like that. So I don't know, while you're listening, if you're not driving in the car, you should stand up and just listen, because we sit an awful lot throughout the day.
Yeah. I think that we would be, if we really kept track of that, I know in this job, I would be amazed at how much sitting I do.
I know. And, even like as a PT, we're pretty active. We're up in the gym a lot. We're in patient rooms, but we sit a fair amount during some of our treatments. And then, of course, all the paperwork that comes with that. I think, and anymore with the way technology's developed, it's made our lives a lot easier, but it's also made us a lot less active. So we sit an awful lot throughout the day, and it's really important to remember that we need to get up and move our bodies, and that's really good for our spine.
Yeah.
Really, throughout the day, you want to think about, if you're I always think about this like when you're in school or in college, your classes are typically 50 minutes a piece, and then you get that 10-minute break in between where you're up, moving around, moving from one class to the other. You kind of want to think about doing that even at your job. You know, if you're sitting down for 30 to 45 minutes, think about getting up. And it doesn't mean you don't have to be productive or be working at that time. Stand up to read your email, stand up while you're on a phone call, walk to grab some coffee, something from the break room, get up, go to the bathroom, things like that. Getting up and moving throughout the day is really going to help maintain that movement in your body that it really craves. And it really does help with that low back pain and different things that you can kind of develop from sitting so much throughout the day.
It kind of sounds like what you're talking about is creating a mindset.
Exactly.
That's kind of where a lot of this starts, isn't it?
Sure.
Just training your mind to, I guess, train your body to get up and do things.
You know, humans, we are very habitual. We do things out of habit all the time. And it's a really healthy habit to think about building. You know, they say it's 30 days to build a habit. It's technically probably closer to, I would say 60 to 75 days technically from what some of the research shows. But even something as simple as putting a little reminder on your phone, just something to kind of cue you, oh, I haven't been up walking yet. I need to go move my body a little bit. My watch, a lot of people have those fitness watches anymore. Mine will kind of vibrate my wrist a little bit when it says, you know, that it wants me to get like so many steps per hour. And maybe I'm not close to that. So it'll remind me, hey, you're coming up on 10 minutes to the hour and you don't have those steps in. So little things like that can really help to kind of nudge you in that right direction to make sure you're up moving throughout the day. The other things that are really important, like in your office setup, is what is your setup like? Do you have a good chair? Is your computer screen really directly in front of your face? Are you reaching a long ways to get to your mouse? Are you cranking your head to kind of take a phone call? All of those things you really want to think about. How is your desk set up? Because if you're spending 10 hours a day sitting at that desk, it's extremely important that how that desk is set up is conducive to how your body needs to move throughout the day. So that's something to really think about too.
I'm going to make a confession here. I'm known around here as a sloucher. I don't have good posture when I sit in a chair. I think my mom she'll watch on Facebook Live and she'll even, text me or when I call her like, Brent, don't you ever sit up straight? And Dave's always given me a hard time about that. But posture really is a big deal when it comes to spine health.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. You know, like I said before, as being humans and we have habits, we do develop these sitting postures that are not great. And I have a confession myself. When I sit, I like to sit with one foot under me, or I sit like kind of just a little bit, probably not the best way. So it's definitely just a habit type of thing. And so thinking about when you're sitting, your feet are flat to the floor, your back's all the way into the chair, you've got good lumbar support, different things like that. Your keyboard is kind of right at, so you're not cocking your wrist back too much, or you're not flexing too far forward, different things like that. But yeah, posture is one of those things that we could all get better at it, I'm sure, because most of us, it's just something you don't really think about. You just go about your day and you've built this habit, and so that's what you do day to day. But posture is so important in kind of reducing those chances for back pain.
Now, what about having your feet firmly on the floor? Is that important?
Yes.
All right, so look at this. All right, here's the deal. Can you talk to Dave about this? Everybody here is a lot taller than me. We have a lot of chairs that we share. Right here in the studio. Look.
Oh yeah.
See,
I feel your pain.
My feet won't touch the floor, Erin.
I feel your pain. Yes, I know. It's so hard finding an office chair. It is wild how much money you can spend on a really good quality office chair. But I mean, if you think about, it's just like the bed you sleep in at night.
Well, it's an investment.
It is completely an investment. When you spend that many hours a day in something, you want it to be for you, to fit you. So yeah, definitely. You want that chair to fit you. They say you want your feet flat on the floor. Some people like to have, like, for example, different office spaces. the office chairs are what the office chairs are, and it's not in their budget to get anything different. But you can buy these really cheap little footrests that sit underneath your desk so that your feet can go up on that footrest. So it's as if you're in a chair and your feet are flat to the floor, but you've got just that little elevation to get your feet up on, which puts you in a lot better position. So that's an easy fix to, if you can't afford a new office chair, get just a little bit of a footrest. That way your feet are placed firmly on the floor. That's another easy way to kind of fix that too.
Yeah. And I know that, by the way, we're visiting with Aaron with Pearson Physical Therapy this morning. You talked about the setup, say at your desk or whatever. I'm guessing even the elevation that your computer screen is at.
Yep.
That makes a big difference too, I would think, right?
You want the top of your computer monitor to be about shoulder level. So that way you're not either cranking your head far down or cranking your head far up to look at that screen. So you want the top of that screen to hit you about the shoulders. So that way your vision, you can track with your eyes a little bit without having to change your neck position a ton. So that's really important in your screen positioning as well. And of course, when you're talking, this is not necessarily back health, but vision, you know, they have all these things with data and technology and blue lights and all those things. And you'll have a lot of patients that develop headaches because they stare at a screen all day, and that happens all the time. And it's a combination of that change in light as well as the position of their head when they're doing those activities. So it's really important to kind of cue into that a little bit to see if that's maybe the culprit to some of those symptoms and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure that if we're sparking interest, if people have any questions, I'm sure you guys are ready and willing to answer those questions and help people out.
You bet. Like, if you notice some of those things have been kind of creeping up on you, give us a call at Pearson's and we can get you in for a screen to see if there's anything, you know, maybe it's something really simple that we can just suggest that you fix and that's all there is to it. Or maybe it's something that's going to take a little bit more time and care to figure out, you know, how to get you fixed up. But yeah, give us a call at Pearson at 872-5800. We'd love to help. So that's what we're here for.
Yeah. Other things going on, other things that you maybe want to visit about before we let you go?
Not that I can think of first off, but sports season's really kicking off. Wrestling's really going. Basketball's getting going. So there's going to be a lot going on that with all the Christmas stuff too. So it was... I have to say a shout out to the Broken Bow Wrestling because we signed my son up the other day and he's never done it, but he's so excited.
Good.
But holy cow, when we walked in to get him all registered, the amount of kids that were there, I was like, this is awesome. They have a really good, really big group of kids and a lot of volunteers. And, and I know it's like that for a lot of the sports and different clubs around town, but I just thought that's awesome that they have that provided for young kids to get them started. So.
Yeah, the kids wrestling program here is really taken off, and it's really impressive.
Yes,
so.
Nolan is very excited. Well, at first he was a little nervous because he got in the car and he was like, "Mom, I just don't know about it." And I was like, "Well, why? You really wanted to wrestle?" And he was like, "Well, he saw all these big kids, and he was like, so who am I going to wrestle?" Well, kids your age and your size, I don't have to wrestle big kids. No. So he was a little bit confused, but he was a little nervous, I think. But then after he figured out, I'm only going to wrestle kids my size, he felt a little better about it. But yeah, he's super excited. So that's more fun stuff to look forward to.
Well, good. That's great. Thanks for coming in this morning and sharing information with us. How do people get in touch with you? What's the best way if they need to set up an appointment or whatever?
So if you want to call in, just give us a call at 872-5800. We also have a very active Facebook page that Sarah takes such good care of. If you go to our website, we have inquiry forms on there that you can always fill out that we get back to. So either of those formats are an easy way to get in touch with us.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what the schedule is. I don't know if we'll see you before Christmas or not.
I don't know
but if we don't, happy holidays to you and your family and everybody at Pearson Physical Therapy.
Thank you.
All right. Aaron with Pearson Physical Therapy, our guest on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Some secrets just can't be kept. Shop The Secret Garden for your holiday shopping. They are open Monday to Friday, 11:30 to 4:30, Saturdays, 8:30 to 4:30, and Sunday from 1 until 4. Right now, shop Greenery with 20% off. 2 Corinthians 9, verse 7 says, "Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver." The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
This holiday season, the place to be is Sargent. 6 weeks of Jolly Jingle savings are underway. Don't miss out. Make sure you check out the Sargent Chamber of Commerce Facebook page to keep up with what businesses are doing for their open houses each week. Even better, head to Sargent yourself and use those Jolly Jingle coupon books and enter to win a prize of chamber bucks. Jingle your way to Sargent for Jolly Jingle savings going on right now.
There's no reason to struggle with your shopping list, especially when you have a sports fan or athlete to shop for, and Geared for Sports in Broken Bow is there for you. Geared for Sports has Husker wear, fan gear, and a great selection of awesome Under Armour. Plus, with convenient hours, you can head in and shop when you have time. Monday to Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4. Plus, Sunday noon to 4 through Christmas. Geared for Sports, west side of the square in Broken Bow.
Are prairie dogs wreaking havoc in your pastures? Then get rid of them with Rosol from Aeroseed. Rosol is a restricted-use pesticide approved for use on prairie dogs by licensed pesticide applicators between October 1st and March 15th. Rosol is an easy-to-use bait that provides excellent acceptance, has superior weatherability, and proven reliability. To learn more about Rosol, call or stop by Aeroseed in Broken Bow today.
Lights are up, trees are decorated, and Bruning Bank's Holiday Open House is coming up. Join us at our Broken Bow location Wednesday, December 14th between 8:30 to 4:30. Also, visit our giving tree and pick up an ornament with items listed for a family in need via Healing Hearts and Families. We are accepting donations now until December 16th. Bruning Bank would like to express our sincere gratitude for your business and wish you a successful 2023. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
This week at Gary's Superfoods in Broken Bow, you can save big on these great deals. 80% lean ground beef in a 10-pound tube, $2.99 a pound. Boneless beef top sirloin steak, just $6.49 a pound. Or Open Acres boneless skinless chicken breast. Enjoy a value pack at $1.99 a pound. In their produce section, grab some Honeycrisp apples for $1.79 a pound, or extra large red or black seedless grapes at $1.99 a pound. Gary's Superfoods, excited to serve you with these great prices and many more on South B Street in Broken Bow.
Come and see us at Bow Bootery. We're on the east side of the square in Broken Bow. This week we have marked 20% savings on slippers, wild rags, Sabota magnetic bracelets, wool caps with ear flaps, and kids' western boots. The time to get started on your holiday shopping is now. Remember, we offer free gift wrapping and gift certificates, and we're proud to be Christmas Buck sponsors. Let the shopping begin. Come see us at Bow Bootery.
And action! It's Dave and Brent getting the action started on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
23 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. We'll be going to Cozad here shortly and talking to some of the merchants there who are getting involved in the old-fashioned Christmas this weekend in Cozad. We'll have those interviews for you coming up here soon. But first, we're going to visit with our friend Nate Bell, who's in from Universal Insurance. Nate, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good. I don't know if you caught Dave and my conversation yesterday, I think it was, but we were talking about Universal Insurance, and we were talking about the different types of coverages that you guys do and everything, and I don't know how in the world we got off on the subject. But the next thing you know, we were talking about briefcases, and then we were talking about the cloth or bags that you take to the store to fill up, and if those can be insured.
Yeah, I caught the end of the middle of that. It was the longest live read you guys have ever done, I think.
I think we set a record.
Yeah, I suppose we could. I don't know if they're, the 99-cent bag is really worth much. But
are they part of the home policy?
Yeah, they would be. Yeah,
okay.
I suppose. Yeah. I mean, if your house burned down and those bags were in it, it would be part of your contents. So
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, man, I'm sure a busy time for you. Here we are coming to the end of a year. We're rolling into a new year soon. What are the suggestions that you have for folks as we come to the end of this year?
Yeah, it's the time for Christmas shopping, and insurance is not usually on that list. But one of the things I wanted to mention today was, we talk, and rightfully so, we talk about shopping local with retailers and keeping things local. It's always surprising to me how many people don't keep their insurance local and they buy it online just like they buy everything else in many cases. And there's really no reason to. We've got, not just our office, but there's a lot of great insurance agents in this county and that can provide the service way better than anybody online can provide, and can provide the price and the coverage that you need. So when you're thinking shopping local in this time of year, really think about it for everything, because we really are very, very well situated here in Custer County and Broken Bow. So,
well, we talk about this a lot when we approach this subject, but certainly when it comes to insurance, you talk about people maybe getting things online. Well, when you deal with someone locally, you're dealing with that person.
Absolutely.
If you go online, I mean, from one call to the next, you probably never know who in the world you're going to talk to.
Absolutely.
Which means they may not know your situation.
Yeah,
you have tremendous relationships with your customers, and you know their situation, and that's big in this business.
It's huge. Just a couple of quick stories on that. I've actually been working with a friend of mine from college that lives in Austin, Texas. His stuff's insured with Geico. We came in, price was about the same. He said, but he actually goes, if I call your office, am I talking to you or am I talking to a 1-800 service center? And I said, you're talking to me or somebody in my office. And he goes, well, that might be worth the price. And that's a guy in Austin, Texas. So I mean, if we're providing that service to somebody in Austin, Texas, it's obviously a huge advantage here. The other thing we do in our offices, and we talk about it all the time, and you hear it said multiple times, but independent agent like us, we provide, and I didn't bring a sheet, but we provide quotes for 10 different, depending on the situation, it can be 10 to 12 different companies for you. So knowing your situation, knowing that the price may change or the company you're with may cause increase in premium or what have you may not be satisfied with that company. We know your situation. We can change you inside of our office, so you don't have to lose track of us, but we can make that change to a different company, knowing your situation for years and years and years, knowing what company would be a good fit, what coverages you particularly don't like, what makes all those things come together. You don't have to even leave the Universal Insurance office. That's the amazing thing of being an independent agent. And I've never ran out, and I can't make this claim 100%, but I don't think there is any other agency in the county that has as many companies that we have access to as us. It's unheard of what we have access to.
Yeah,
so.
And let's face it, as we go through life, needs change.
Absolutely.
Obviously, needs changes, your age changes. And when you know your customers, I'm sure that makes it easier for you to direct them in different areas of their life.
Yeah, it can go from your kids getting old enough to drive to you starting your own business or something changing on the farm or the ranch, to reaching retirement and needing to figure out Medicare, to all. I mean, it's from birth to the end.
Yeah.
We have all those things, and we know those things as we go along, because we've been helping you the whole time, and that's a huge advantage. It's because changing insurance is not fun. It can be arduous on the customer side to change and go get quotes and do all those things. If you're in our office and need to make a change, it's easy, because we know everything, and we can make those quotes and we can make those changes, and you barely even know that we did it. And we did a few of those this week where we called up a customer and we said, hey, I think we can get you something cheaper. We monitor that stuff. And when we see large increases or large changes in coverage, we'll call them and say, hey, I think we can do something better for you. And in that particular instance, we saved him $1,000 a year. And he just stayed in our office, and obviously that's a huge advantage. And he didn't call us to ask us to do that. It was just something we saw a large jump for whatever reason. It just happened. We're like, let's take a look, and that's just the service we can provide. If we have access to that information all the time, we can always make those changes. So
and the topic that you're talking about, to me, stresses, and I know this is, listen, I don't like to do it probably any more than any other person does, but the importance of an insurance review.
Yes.
They are important, aren't they? Because for what we're talking about, things change.
things change. Things have changed a lot in the last few years with values of buildings, and we've talked about this on the show a few different times. If you don't watch that stuff, you can be, if a tragedy happens, you could be way out of whack. Medical, we're going through the process of talking to a lot of our customers about increasing their auto limits because the cost of injury to somebody, if you were to get into a car accident, I mean, it's $40,000 or $50,000 for a helicopter ride, and the ambulance is probably about 10 or 15 just to get an ambulance ride. So if you don't check those limits and make sure you're reviewing those with customers, you could really, there's two ways that insurance can save you money. It's the premium and it's the coverage. And if you aren't watching both of those, you can really get and honestly, the coverage can cost you way more because if you get into a catastrophic claim situation, the $50 a year that you may save by switching insurance companies, if the coverage is short hundreds of thousands, then did you really save anything?
Yeah. Other things that you want to visit about here this morning?
I think we hit most on it. I talked about saving this week. We had some really good wins. We had saving that existing customer $1,000, and then we just we're saving another new customer $1,000 a year on home and auto. So, just when you're shopping and you want to shop local, stop in, drop off your information. We'll do all the work. You don't really have to do much. We'll sit down for 15, 20 minutes and review that stuff with you, and you can go about your day. So, and we communicate in a lot of different ways: cell phone, text. Email, Zoom, if you want to do that, whatever works. We're very, very adaptable in that way. So,
your hours, if someone wants to stop in, or your phone number, how's the best way to get in touch with you?
8 to 5, Monday through Friday. You can call our office phone, 308-872-6438. Reach us through our website at gtagroup.com. Find our office on there, and shoot us an email, text, whatever. We'll help you out.
All right. Sounds good. Are you ready for the winter sports season?
Yes, basketball starts tonight, right?
You better believe it.
Yeah. We got a kid in the JV, hopefully, so we'll see how that goes.
All right.
We got a freshman in it, so.
Good.
Yeah.
Nate, always good to talk to you. Thanks for stopping in, and we wish you a happy holiday season.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
See ya.
Nate Bell with Universal Insurance, our guest. In 1 minute, we're going to send you to Cozad. Central Nebraska Sports Source presents live coverage of high school basketball. Join us on Thursday night as we tip off the high school basketball season with Broken Bow hosting Arcadia Loop City in a girls and boys basketball doubleheader. You'll be able to hear live coverage of the games on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. Coverage begins with the girls varsity game tipping off at 6 o'clock Thursday evening. Live coverage of high school basketball this year is being brought to you in part by these businesses that are sponsoring all of our high school sports radio broadcasts this year. They include the Nebraska State Bank, Grocery Cart, Custer Federal State Bank, Rods Body and Paint, Trotter Service, Mead Lumber, Brent Custer with Shelter Insurance, A to Z Lawn Pro, Squire Septic Service, Aero Seed, Team Physical Therapy, Agland ATV, Bruning Bank, Sargent Irrigation, Geared for Sports, Duda Plumbing, and the Garden Center. It's high school basketball, Broken Bow against Arcadia Loop City this Thursday night. All right, 8:34 is the time. Let's go to Cozad. They are getting ready to enjoy an old-fashioned Christmas in the Cozad area, and I can't think of a better place to start our broadcast coverage of what's going on in Cozad than at Rustic and Red. So let's say good morning to David J. Burney.
Thank you. Good morning. We are live at Rustic and Red in Cozad. Dave Burney with you here. We've already had a good time. It's already been fun talking with Tammy and Kathy about Rustic and Red in this huge, beautiful building. We just love coming here. And we thank you for your business. We enjoy talking about the store and all of the things you have going on, and your sipping and shopping and all the things you guys do. But let's talk Christmas today and find out little details on what you're up to. You're having a big event coming up.
Yeah, so this Saturday it's Old Fashioned Christmas, so the whole town is celebrating that, so all the businesses are along with that, and Robert Henry also is doing a big open house for the Old Fashioned Christmas. But we will have specials that day starting really tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, and then we also have a barbershop quartet that will be coming here on Saturday, and that's from 2 to 3:30. So they were here last year. They were awesome. So if you can come during that time, you get to enjoy their beautiful Christmas music that they sing.
All right. Kathy, with that, what are some of the specials that you're going to be offering the next few days?
Yeah. We're going to have 30% off of our snow globes, which is a hot item in the store, 30% off any ornaments or Christmas greenery, 20% off ladies apparel, and 40% off of shackets. Shackets is another hot item. It's a shirt, jacket, kind of flannel. Yeah, ladies love them. Yes. Yes. Well, this is a shacket that Tammy has on.
Well, it's very nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
We used to call those something else back when I was younger. Were they CPO jackets? What weren't they
Maybe
called?
similar to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be true.
Little-
But now
these are
they're
li-
called shackets.
Okay, and a little more elegant than the
Yes.
CPOs.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, like your store. It's just beautiful in here. I don't know how much time you've taken to decorate. Now, we're getting the Facebook Live going, by the way. Folks, if you're listening, you can also see what the store looks like. Christy is now scanning the store here a little bit. Is there someplace, a place or two you wanted to travel to, ladies?
Sure. I'd like to take you over to the table where it has all the lanterns on it,
Okay.
just to show you some different things that you can do in the holidays with your lanterns. We sell a product called Fia Flame and... No, not that, is it?
Fia
Flame.
And Flame Illusion.
Flame Illusions. And so there's different kinds, and you can see how they show the different glows, and it kind of looks like fire sometimes in some of the things that you put them in. We have white ones, and then we have the ones that kind of give you that warm yellow glow too, which is kind of fun. They come in different sizes, they're rechargeable, and they're just kind of a fun item. And you can also put them outside. We put them outside into a yard stake. That's kind of a cool thing to do for the holidays.
Mm-hmm. There's just so much here. It's hard to pick exactly what we want to highlight, because you could spend a day in here highlighting all the things you ladies have.
This is one. Yeah, this is one. And then just another idea with the flameways also is how we put them underneath some of the glass Christmas tree things too, which are really pretty. So you can put them in lots of different things, which is kind of fun. And then another big hot item that we have is, I'm going to take you over here,
Okay.
is the snow globes. And they're a lot of fun too. Kids love them, adults love them, just with the glittery, sparkly that shines through them, and from, the Christmas scenes of Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus to Santa Claus and all down. So they're just a fun item, a great gift.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they are fun.
And this is one of the items that's going to be 30% off
Oh, these are
tomorrow. and
30%?
Saturday. Yes, tomorrow and Saturday. Yep.
When you look at these pieces, doesn't it make you feel like you're about 12 again?
Yes, it does.
Just love watching people. They come in and they just kind of stand here and get mesmerized by them.
And
Yep.
the little kids are fun to watch. They just love looking at them. So they are beautiful.
They are gorgeous.
Yes, they are.
What do you have up in the loft? Do you have some Christmas up there as
Well,
well?
that's kind of our clearance section.
Okay.
And so all of our items that we're trying to get rid of
Clearance
quicker,
out.
yes, they go up there. So
All right.
that's what we use for up there.
Okay, run through the sale again real quick.
Okay, so we have 30% off snow globes, which is this right here, 30% off Christmas ornaments, 30% off all greenery, 20% off ladies apparel, 40% off shackets like this here, and then up in the loft it's an additional 10% off. And we're also doing something kind of fun with rounding up as a donation, and our donation this year is going to the Cozad Fire and Rescue.
Nice.
So we're giving people the opportunity to do that also.
Okay, all right. Kathy, I have one last question.
Okay.
You and Tammy work together. It seems to me like you have a good time here. I know you do when you have your sip and shop and all
Yes,
of that.
we do.
But as workmates, it seems like you guys have good chemistry.
We do. We've been together in business for a long time. We tease each other a lot.
Well, laughter solves anything.
Yes, it does.
Well, come and have some laughs and enjoy this elegant store in Cozad. You won't find another one like it. I understand in conversation earlier, people drive from Colorado and all sorts of different areas to come here. I know a lot of people come from our area to come down and shop and take advantage of, well, just really high class things that you guys stock in the store.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's just a wonderful place to visit. And I hope folks will come and do some shopping here. I'm sure you have gift certificates.
Yes, we do.
We do.
Absolutely.
We also today have a book signing with Yvette Mannon, and so she will be here with a book that she's written, Cookie... Where are you? Yeah. And so she'll be here from 3 to 7. And then our Sip and Shop which is the third Thursday of the month. Amy Hayner will be here singing in the loft Christmas music. So there's something all the time.
I could just, I don't know about you, Christy, if they just put us up in that back room, we could just stay here for all these.
Yeah, we'd let you.
Thank you, ladies. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll send it back to the studio. And again, you folks can watch this. It will be archived, the Facebook Live. You can watch if you're listening right now and want to watch it later. It'll be there for you. Back to the studio.
Thanks.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. Tammy and Kathy at Rustic and Red, thank you very much. I've had the opportunity in years past to go and do the Cozad remote and be at Rustic and Red, and Dave's right. It's just a beautiful store, and I'm not afraid to say this. It is the best-smelling store that you're going to walk into. So check it out, Rustic and Red in Cozad. We're going to be bopping around to different businesses in the Cozad area this morning as we promote and celebrate their old-fashioned Christmas coming up this weekend. Still to come, we'll hear from the Meridian Tap House. We'll visit with the Cozad Chamber, Presents Candles, Earl's Auto Glass, JM's Gifts, and Robert Henry Museum. We are in Cozad today on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
By the way, and a very nice young lady here to talk to who we've talked to on the phone a few times since she's become the director here. Chantel, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
We're good. We're good. So what a wonderful weekend we have set up for you for this big event.
Yeah, this is going to be really awesome. We have our breakfast with Santa, and then we have the holidays at the Henry, and then a barbershop quartet. And at the end of the day, we're going to do a light show again.
All right. Oh, can you describe that a little bit?
Well, what we do is we have the trees that are lit up in the green space, and then they have a music program that they go to. And it lasts about 10 minutes.
But a very wonderful 10 minutes.
Yeah, it is. It's really awesome. If you can stand, last week it was really, really warm. This week I think it's going to be kind of cold.
A little cooler, but not bad.
No, but I think we still can get in the Christmas season.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And this is all coming up again on what days?
On Saturday, December 3rd.
Okay, one day. Now, some of the stores are having some sales that run through Friday and through Saturday.
Yes, and then this is our last weekend for our coupon. So we need to have, if you've had your coupon stamped, we need to have it in the chambers by 9 o'clock on Monday morning so we can draw for the Cozad Cash Bucks.
Okay. Now, we were just talking with Tammy and Kathy across the street here about the community. Now, as the head of the chamber, I'm guessing that you're very excited about how this community has, I guess, really added some features. The movie house, the shops, all the different things. You've got some real energy going on here.
We really do, and we have a lot going for our retail. It seems like our retail just really keeps on growing, and we're really thrilled with that. And it pulls so many people into town just to come to our stores, and they're pretty awesome stores.
Yeah, they're very nice, and they were talking about across the way people coming from other states to shop here. Now that's a wonderful sign.
Yes.
And if they go to one shop, they're going to go to another shop, and it sounds like once they come back, which is even a better sign.
Yes, and we had last weekend our first ever with reindeers and decorating cookies, and we had so many people from out of town that were here, from Lincoln and Omaha, and they said they were coming back next year.
Yeah,
so that's pretty great.
It's wonderful to hear. So you've been at the chamber as director here for
6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
Okay. Have you enjoyed it so far?
Every day's getting better. The first month was pretty hectic, but every day is getting better now.
Well, it's a learning curve, and there's a lot going on.
There definitely is, and we have a lot planned for this coming year, so we're kind of busy here.
Yeah. Well, I know that people that listen to our radio station, they can hear us for quite a ways, and we're also online. So if you're listening out there and you want to have an old-fashioned Christmas and have some fun, come Saturday. And if you want to shop anytime, come any day, right?
Definitely. And our shop owners treat you always with a smile.
All right. Chantel, thanks a lot.
Thank you for coming.
It. Thank you. All right, folks, we have more stops to make. 5 more places we're going to stop in and chat with, so stay with us here on KCNI KBBN on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. And again, we say thanks to the folks of Cozad welcoming the breakfast show to their community on this Thursday. Again, Christmas is the theme. It's 8:51. Thanks for listening.
Kristen with us. Folks, when we walked in, Kristen was up on some scaffolding, painting the ceiling. Talk about hands-on.
Yes, we decided that we needed a little bit of a facelift, and our flooring also needs replaced, so I'm on a time crunch to get that finished so that we can start that floor here soon.
That's great. Talk a little bit about the Tap House. How long has it been going? How long have you been involved? Let's start there.
All right, we opened March of 21, so going on 2 years here pretty soon, and just been involved since the beginning. Randomly came across this building and decided that maybe it'd be a fun adventure and a little side gig, and turned into a full-time career.
Good.
And we've got the whole family involved and several other families that are working here too.
Okay. Now, you have, of course, it's a tap house, so we understand that there's beer on tap, and I assume mixed cocktails as well.
Yes,
And
we do.
Do you have particular home blends, or talk about your beers?
Sure. We don't brew anything here. We feel like Nebraska has some really great breweries just across the state, so we focus on those and just advertise for them and give people a little taste of that, and then they can decide to travel on to their breweries and taste any of theirs. We also keep some hard liquor made here in Nebraska too, from Sideshow and Lazy RW. And then we just mix up our own cocktails. We're getting ready this weekend to drop our Christmas drinks, which I think that people have been waiting for since last year.
Okay.
So the famous Bad Moms Christmas, that was one of our most popular. And then we've got the Grinch, which is a slush punch. Cousin Eddie is an eggnog blend, and the Gingerbread Man is a new one. And I'm sure that it's going to go over great, and some other ones.
They all sound great.
Yes, we've got some dirty and clean hot cocoa that I think with this colder weather and the Winter Wonderland Parade coming are going to be great.
Yeah. Well, I think this is exciting. Now, for folks who have not been in before, kind of talk about your location. You're just off the main street, right?
Yes, we're on Meridian Street and about 2 blocks off of Highway 30.
Okay.
Just the center of town. Across the street, we've got Big E's and Mode, and just around the corner from the drugstore, Rustic and Red. So just a really great location for shoppers, the museum, quilting, any of those places, and not too far of a travel for anyone staying on the interstate at one of the hotels.
Sure, yeah. And you see traffic from there, I assume, from interstate.
Yes, they're fantastic, just promoting local places to eat, so it's been great.
Speaking of food, what are you offering as far as the food goes?
We do burgers, American cuisine. Our chicken wings are pretty popular as well. We focus on specialty burgers. We do a new burger every week.
Oh, really?
Besides what's on our menu. And this week we have our Big Cheesy, which is a burger between 2 grilled cheese sandwiches.
That sounds real good.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's a lot.
Yeah, a lot to eat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we also have some barbecue, so pulled pork. We have brisket, and we put those in different sandwiches. And then weekends we like to do either fried French fries or tots, anything like that. Smother it in cheese and barbecue and meats.
You're winning the hearts of many listeners out there. Sounds delicious. Are you open every day, or what's your schedule?
We are open every day. Sundays 11 to 8, we close a little bit earlier, and then Friday, Saturday night we close at 11, but open 11 to 11.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for visiting with us, and thanks a lot for making this all happen here. I'm sure the community really enjoys having the tap here.
We appreciate them more than we can ever say. And thank you guys for coming in.
Oh, our pleasure.
Yeah, it's been fun.
We'll spread the word. It's always nice just to stop in and have something good to eat, maybe a beverage or two and unwind. And it's always fun to go somewhere else. Now, we're from Broken Bow, and we have some great establishments up there, but we've been promoting, hey, we're about the same size. Why don't we kind of help each other out and get to know some more people at both ends? So we appreciate it.
Great. Yes. Thank you. We appreciate you as well.
Okay.
Broken Bow does have some great places to eat.
Yes, and I bet you see some people from Custer County stop in here.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Are you going to get back on that scaffolding?
I am. Yes. My goal is to have this center painted before we open today. So.
Wow. Well, we won't hold you up any longer, but be careful.
Oh, I will.
We'll send it back to you, Brent.
Okay, Dave, thank you very much. And, of course, we have more to come from COZAD. We still are planning to visit with the folks at Presence Candles, Earl's Auto Glass, JM's Gifts, and Robert Henry Museum. So more to come from COZAD as we roll through the remainder of the show. 9:04 the time. Let's get caught up on news.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. New numbers show the economy's looking up. Household spending increased in October, and fewer Americans signed up for unemployment last week. Bankrate's Mark Hamrick.
The latest read on new jobless claims shows a big week-over-week decline, and it erases much of the previous week's spike in new claims, which are a proxy for layoffs.
All of it reinforcing the Fed's intent to slow down the pace of interest rate hikes. A federal appeals court deals another blow to President Biden's student debt forgiveness program, allowing it to remain on hold. Loyola Law's Jessica Levinson.
It's a safe bet that the Biden administration will appeal this ruling to the Supreme Court. The court is already considering a similar challenge to the program that started in the 8th Circuit.
Moments ago at the White House. French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte arriving for a state visit. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Kevin Wyatt.
Florida quarterback Jalen Kitna has been arrested on child pornography charges. The son of former NFL quarterback John Kitna has been charged with 3 counts of possession of child pornography and 2 counts of distribution of child exploitation material. He has been suspended indefinitely after appearing in 4 games this season. The Rose Bowl has agreed to amend its contract to allow for a playoff expansion in the 2024 season. It had been previously reported that the College Football Playoff had given an ultimatum to the Rose Bowl to either agree on being flexible on its time slot or risk being excluded from the next contract altogether. The terms of the new agreement have not been revealed. Kentucky quarterback Will Levis has declared for the NFL draft and is expected to be one of the top prospects. NBA News, ESPN reporting the Celtics and Al Horford have agreed on a 2-year, $20 million contract extension through the 2024-2025 season. World Cup action coming up at 10 Eastern. Canada set to take on Morocco. Croatia will square off with Belgium.
9:07 the time, 24 degrees currently at our KCNI KBBN studios. Coming up, more from COZAD Nebraska's. We promote their old-fashioned Christmas coming up this weekend. We'll go back to Dave and Christy here in a moment, but right now we have on the phone with us our good friend Matt at Subway. Matt, how's it going?
Not too bad. How you doing?
Hey, we're doing fine here. I'm sure things have picked up. Well, I mean, let's face it, it's always busy at Subway. But
yes,
I'm sure this time of year may be even busier when you think about catering and getting things ready for the holidays.
Yes, it is. Like this morning, I just woke up and I had 4 platters that were placed for December 6th.
Wow.
So, yeah, already starting to get the catering.
Well, you know, Subway is just such a great option, Matt, when you think about a gift for somebody. We all have people that, you know, have helped us through the year or whatever, you know, may not be family or, you know, we may even think about it. I think about, you know, things like the hospital or, you know, our nurses and our doctors or whether it be the volunteer firemen or whatever. Sometimes it's nice to give a gift like that, and that's where Subway can really fit a bill, I would think.
Yeah, I have a person actually in Holdridge that buys a bunch of cookie platters and then takes them around to the doctors and the hospitals. Just because those guys are working 24/7 and sometimes they don't get time off during the holidays for their families. So
yeah,
people are showing their appreciation.
Well, that's great. So you're open for the catering, and just refresh everybody's memory, Matt, on what all you can do. We talk about the party platters, which I think can be done with sandwiches or wraps, if I'm not mistaken. And then you mentioned cookies, and I think you do meat and cheese too. Is that right?
Right. We have sandwich platters, wrap platters, meat and cheese trays, party subs, cookie platters, even a veggie platter if you wanted a veggie platter.
Ah, there you go. Yeah. So it almost sounds like the options are endless.
Yeah, it is. I'm willing to do almost anything just to keep business.
Well, you guys do a great job, especially locally here at the Broken Bow Subway. Let's see, you've got the Subway Series going on. I assume soup is on. It's that time of year for that.
Yes, it is. Right now, I believe we have chicken noodle, potato, and broccoli. Hopefully Friday we will get some more chili.
All right. Sounds good. We always mention the Subway app, and I know I say this many times when we visit with you, but since I signed up for the app, it really does amaze me how many notifications I get saying, hey, Brent, you can save on this, or you buy a foot long, you get one half off, or you get one for 99 cents. There really are a lot of advantages to having the app, and it's a great way to save money, too.
Yeah, because I believe Friday is, they call it Friday Frenzy, and I think it's buy 1 foot long, get one half price or 99 cents, one of the two options. I'm constantly getting, I think the other day was buy one, get one 50% off. Because we had a whole bunch of orders came through. I'm like, what is going on? And I was like, look down at the ticket. I'm like, oh, that explains it.
Yeah. This was quite a while ago now, but I do remember the days when I was in college. And when you're a college student, I still say one of the best gifts that you can get is a gift certificate to a food place.
That is probably correct.
Yes, and I'm sure that you guys are ready to go with gift cards or gift certificates at Subway.
Yeah, and the nice thing right now at Subway, if you buy a $25 gift card, you also get to give yourself a present of a free 6-inch sandwich.
Wow, everybody's a winner.
Right, so you come in, buy a $25 gift card, get a free 6-inch sandwich, and then you can keep the gift card for yourself or give it to a friend or family.
All right. Let's see, Matt, quickly, your hours. You're open when now? Open 7 days a week, I think, again now, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We are open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., and on Sunday we are open from 9 to 9.
All right. One final question from me. The help situation, I think you're probably still looking for some good people to join your team.
Yes, we are. We are hiring full-time, part-time, 1 or 2 days a week, 5, 6 days a week. We're looking for people to finish our puzzle, so we can have a good, solid crew.
All right. Anything else you want to mention before we let you go this morning?
Well, it looks like a good day to go out and get a sandwich, and I don't know about picnic in the park, but maybe sitting in your car watching wildlife.
There you go. Yeah, well, a lot of people do that, so... all right, Matt, thanks for visiting with us, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's our friend Matt with Subway here in Broken Bow. I think they're ready to go with another remote broadcast from Cozad, so we'll take a short break. We'll check in with Dave and Christy, and we've got more coming up from Cozad as we roll through a Thursday morning edition of the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
13 minutes past the hour. We're going to take you back to Cozad. And as I look at the signal, just so you know, Dave, the signal looks great where you're at. So let's find out where Dave is. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning. We have a good signal as Wendy and I are standing up to the front of the store. This is a metal building on the outside, and we were told that in previous visits we ended up at the front door. So that's where we're starting, Wendy, here at Presence Candles. We've talked off the air a little bit, and maybe in some of the other conversations we've had, we've talked about the history here, but let's kind of review how you got started here. I think people always like to know how somebody gets enough courage to start a business.
I've always enjoyed making things, and I've done crafts and different things, and I had tried a candle kit one year at Christmas time and really fell in love with making candles, and just kind of eventually got too much stuff for the house, and so we had this building and just decided, well, we'll just give it a shot. And so I now have over 80 different scents of candles because I enjoy trying something new. And it just kind of grew. Didn't think that candles alone would be very filling in the store. And so I have 28 different people that bring things in that they have made. So everything for sale in the store is made by someone, handmade, and in Nebraska. So it's made in Nebraska.
That's something to be proud of, and I know you have that on your window because that is a good calling card. When people buy things here, they're buying Nebraska-made products that you feature here.
Yes, yeah. And when people make their own items, they care about doing their best work. And so, you know, the things that are made in the store are very quality. And I have a great variety here.
You do. Just looking over the store, there's lots of different things to shop for here, from popcorn to some beautiful woodwork. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes, I have several different vendors that bring me woodwork, but my husband also makes woodwork, and he has made some different oak and cedar pieces and tables with the pretty epoxy finish that are shiny, and we have some serving trays and many different items.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Thank you.
And it looks like the craftsmanship is really good. Now, your husband has a mechanic shop next door, right?
Yes. Yep. He's had, he's been in the business for quite some time. Yep.
Good, good. Well, that's nice that you're at least, you can have lunch together once in a while,
yes.
right?
That's very nice.
Well, for those listening, we're on the roadway that takes you out to the interstate, correct?
Yes. We're on the Strip. And we're just right across the street from Runza, so we're easy to find. And a lot of people see our business and read the things that are on our windows from eating over there. So that's kind of nice.
So they come in.
Yep.
And some of the other folks we've talked to today have mentioned the traffic from interstate, how important it is to their businesses, and certainly where you're located, I'm sure there is some people didn't plan on stopping that end up stopping here.
Yeah, I do have quite a few travelers, and that's very nice. Yep, they make it into town far enough to find me, so that's great.
Now, what are you featuring during the Christmas celebration coming up on Saturday? You have some specials that you have going on?
Yes, I have a buy one, get one half off on my products that I make, the candles, the soaps, the lotions, and the melts, and lip balm, air fresheners for the car, many different things.
Okay, so that's in conjunction. It sounds like there's been some really neat gatherings for Christmas in Cozad already. You have this Saturday coming up. I think everybody's really starting to get in the festive feel.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's nice to see everything all decorated up, and people are getting ready for Christmas.
Okay, those folks who are listening in our listenership area, please come in and check out Wendy's store out here outside of town, right across from Runza. And I think you'll find something here. Well, I know you will. It's Nebraska made by different people, so when you buy a gift here for a loved one, it's likely to be one of a kind.
Yes, yep, and then you would be supporting local and supporting all the people that live right around here that make things for my store too, so.
All right.
Yep.
Wendy, is there anything that you wanted to highlight that I didn't ask you about?
Oh, gosh.
Did we get it covered?
I think we covered it very well, thank you.
Well, I want to embarrass you a little bit, and Christy knows this because she comes down and stops in and asks folks if they want to advertise on our station. That's what she does. She does a great job for us. But so far, you folks are outstanding in the friendliness business.
Oh, well, that's so nice. Thank you.
I just feel like I've known you for quite a while.
Oh, well, I think it's just being a Nebraskan, maybe.
I think that's right. And there's Nebraska products here, folks, that you can purchase and feel really good about. And Wendy has all sorts of different things, coffees and all the candles that she makes herself with all the different scents. I see some cups over on the shelf over there, all made in Nebraska.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
All right, Wendy, thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you.
I'm having a lot of fun, Christy. This is fun. Your friends are nice.
I know. They are.
We'll send it back to the studio.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. We still have Earl's Auto Glass, JM's Gifts, and Robert Henry Museum on our list as we'll continue with more from Cozad during the Get Up and Go breakfast show this hour. 9:20 is the time.
Farmers and ranchers, RCIS is here for you. We're here with responsive claim service so you can rest easy no matter what comes your way. Here with local agents who understand your operation, and here with coverage options to support you through increased input costs and market prices. Talk to your agent about your risk management plan or visit rcis.com. At RCIS, we're here when it matters most. RCIS is an equal opportunity provider. Coverage is underwritten by Rural Community Insurance Company.
Then my seed guy says my crop nutrition plan is on me.
Typical.
Didn't know if I should do fungicide, just said spray it all.
Typical.
I get it. He just wants to sell me seed.
Want more out of your seed purchase? Consider Cropland Seed. Cropland brings you high-end genetics and the latest traits, all backed by answer plot data and season-long agronomic expertise you can't get from a typical seed dealer. That's because you can only get Cropland from leading crop input retailers. Retailers that know how to maximize the performance of every variety or hybrid. This year, talk to your leading retailer about Cropland. When it comes to high-yielding seed, your ROI doesn't depend on one decision. It depends on every decision.
That's anything but typical.
Ask your crop input retailer about Cropland Seed today.
they have to require the safety systems in your vehicle to be recalibrated.
Yeah.
So
some of those windshields, I happen to have a GMC that you have the speed and the temperature and so forth that shows in the window.
The heads-up display.
Yeah, so that's something else that you have to make sure and get right too, I'm sure.
Yep. So, yeah, and we also restore headlights. If your headlights are foggy or they need updated, we'll buff those out and make those shine like new.
Good to know.
Yeah.
It seems like it doesn't take them very long to kind of haze over, does it?
Well, it takes a little bit of time, but yeah.
All mine are hazy. I must have older cars.
Then we also do chips on windshields too. So
that's a big one because there's, as you know, probably for the glass guy, it's a good thing. It keeps you in business. But when you're going down the road and there's just one little piece of gravel or rock, there's none other than that comes up and hits the window. If you don't get to your shop pretty quickly, then you've got a big crack.
Yeah, the heat and the cold likes to play with them a lot.
Yeah.
They like to contract, they like to grow. So as soon as you get one, it's a good idea to get in and get it taken care of right away. So.
Yeah. And you have the tinning, safety system recalibration, the headlight restoration, custom flat glass. What's that about?
Yes. Well, if you have a piece of flat glass, like on a loader or a semi even, if it's flat, we can cut it and get it installed. So.
All right. Now, your location, is this Highway 30 you're on?
Yes.
Highway 30?
Highway 30, yep. Stuck right out in the middle of, we're pretty, you can see us really well.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Is there anything you wanted to highlight that I haven't asked you about so far?
We do detailing also. So if your car is really dirty or, it needs cleaned, we do that also. So.
Nice.
If it stinks, we do odor removal, so make it smell lots better. So
that can happen too. And a lot of the guys that live in their vehicles, sometimes they get to the point where they need a little refresher.
Exactly.
Is that a lot of fun, Tyler?
Not really, but it's pretty rewarding when it's done.
Oh, so. Yeah. Let's get a start fresh on it again.
Yep.
All right. So, are you doing anything special for Christmas?
Well, go ahead.
We have our gift certificates are $10 off of a $50 or more certificate.
Okay.
So, and they can be used on anything that we have.
All right.
Any of our services.
Across the board. Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been here again?
We've been in this spot for about, 3 years now?
Okay.
We've been
open for 5.
For 5 here in Cosa. So.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for doing that. These are all services that we know we can get. You specialize in them. There's a lot of great body shops out there and a lot of great repair shops, but not many that just specialize like you guys do. So when you come in, if you need fixed in this area, you guys do it a lot and know how to do it.
Yes, and we'll go out on site and come to your business too. So
great.
Not only here in the shop. So
okay, all right. Anything else, guys?
Well, I know that John touched on the safety system recalibration. It's pretty important when you have a windshield replaced that you have that recalibrated. If it's off even a millimeter, that camera to the camera, it's 5-10 feet.
Sure.
And when you're driving down the road, you want to make sure that that camera is recognizing the traffic lane that you're in and not something else.
Yeah,
so,
very important.
That's something that we offer, and you don't have to go more than one place. You can just get it all done here versus going to a dealership after you've had it done. So.
Okay, guys. Thanks a lot. Yeah. But you're not related to Steve Earle. That's clear.
Oh, no.
Okay. John, Beth, thanks a lot. And appreciate you having us stop by.
Yes, thank you very much.
Merry Christmas.
Appreciate it. Merry Christmas.
Tyler, be good.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Back to you, Brent.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. Well, Dave's asking them if they're related to Steve Earle. Well, you know where my mind went. Still a couple of more stops to make in Cozad, Nebraska. We got more coming up from Cozad here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, so keep it right here.
kind of selection they can find right here.
We've heard that a lot, and a lot of the businesses here are able to say we have people from different states. Once they come back, which is really the important thing.
They really do, and that's one of the advantages of being on the interstate. And once you start to get a reputation, people like to stop regularly and see what we have that's new, and they always know they can find something here.
Pull in and have some fun in small town America, right?
Absolutely, and no matter what your budget is, too, we try very hard to find great gift idea selections for people, no matter what your budget is. If you want to spend just a few dollars for a little something for somebody, we've got some great ideas. If you want to spend a lot of money for some keepsake things that can be passed down from generation to generation, we've got a great selection of those things as well.
You sure do. I know you're busy. I did want to, you knew I was going to ask this, I think. It's been a few years now. Your son was playing in a band. Is that continuing, or is he married and have 3 kids now?
No, he's still doing the band thing. In fact, he's in 2 bands now. And one new band that he's in has been really fun for him. He's really enjoyed it and playing a lot of places. And
good.
And we've gotten to see him several times, and they're really very good.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
That was so much fun back then, and oftentimes that doesn't continue, but he must love it.
He does. It's a passion for him, and it definitely skipped a generation. My dad was a great musician as well. That I don't have near the ear or ability that either my father or my son have.
Well, Paul, we need good pharmacists too. So
well, that's my niche.
Thanks so much.
You bet. Thank you guys.
It very much.
Have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thanks.
Paul at JM Gifts and Pharmacy here. What a great store. Greeting cards, beyond belief, gift ideas. Gosh, there's so much here, Christy. You can't describe it all, but Paul's pretty adamant about making sure that you'll find something.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all.
I don't either. We have one more stop?
Yes, we do. The museum.
Well, let's go across the street.
All righty.
Brent, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
All right, Dave, Christy, thank you very much. Have enjoyed the remotes from Cozad today as they get ready to celebrate their old-fashioned Christmas this weekend. And as I mentioned, they got one stop left, headed over to the museum, and that's where we'll conclude things from Cozad here this morning. So stay tuned. Our final report from Cozad is coming up.
jaw could drop any more, I wouldn't be able to do this interview. This is pretty cool. We have Peter and Marlene with us, and we're going to first of all get a little history lesson from Peter, if we could, and kind of tell people where we're sitting and the history here.
So we're in the dining room of the former Cozad house. It was called the Immigrant Hotel when they lived here. And then it was, unfortunately, John Cozad shot and killed a rancher, Alf Pearson, and they left, and then the building continued on as a hotel in the years after that. And then it became a museum in the 1980s when we were here. So you're sitting in the dining room right now, which is our main interpretive exhibit for people who come here to visit.
This just is so much fun to just sit here. You wouldn't really have to do too much other than just enjoy the atmosphere and the history. Having people travel and stop here and lodge. I wonder how many stories are to tell from that.
Well, our building is haunted, and we just had all these school kids here doing Christmas trees for us, and they were actually more fascinated by that than they were anything else. But I'm sure there's 140 years of history here. People have died here, been born here, had happy times, sad times, the whole gamut of human existence, so yeah.
The furniture that's here, is it time period correct for the most part?
Yes, it is. We have some Cozad pieces here. In this case behind us, we have some plates from the hotel. We have a lamp that was said to be used by them, and some other personal effects of the Cozads as well. But yes, that stuff is kind of hard to come by because when they left here, they disappeared. And so when they disappeared, a lot of those things disappeared as well. So,
how much of the effect having the Meridian here have on attractions here, do you think?
Well, it was everything. I mean, John Cozad came here because we were on the 100th Meridian. So that's the 100th Meridian from Greenwich, England. You work your way across. The 98th Meridian is here in Nebraska as well. And so the original legislation creating the Transcontinental Railroad set the 100th Meridian as a major goal. And if the railroads got here, they would get land and funding. And so for them, that was a benchmark that was very important. And Cozad thought it important because it's almost in the center of the country. So he thought Washington, D.C. should be moved here as well. So he had a pretty visionary guy. But the 100th Meridian is a big deal. It isn't so much, we say today about the 100th Meridian, but I don't think it's as big a deal today as it was in an earlier time. But to us here, it's a big deal because that's why this building is here.
Still
and why
here.
we're there. Yeah.
And so important to have it in the condition that it's in and let people come in and enjoy that time period and see it pretty much like it was.
And, you know, it's been people like Marlene here who for 40 years has been involved. We have put in just in the last 4 years 4 new HVAC systems, new gutters, new paint job. We just, it never seemed really to end, although all the projects that we've done, I will not ever see replaced in my time on this earth again, or Marlene for that matter either. And so we have been trying to pick away at these problems and challenges. And we're coming to the end now, we think, of all the major projects that need to be done, which is good. But we walk in the steps of people like Marlene, Shirley Paulson, all those early founders who came here and were dedicated. I mean, this building was restored entirely by volunteers, not by contractors. I mean, all the work done in my time, certainly, and in the last time, a few years before that, is all done by contractors. But in that early years, in the early 1980s, all those people came in. This room that we're in was in terrible shape. There was mold all over the walls. They had to strip the wallpaper, had to put a new ceiling up, new lights. I mean, this room was, you know, stripped down to its essentials, and then they went back from there. So it was quite a project.
I'd say so. I'm going to slide down and talk to Marlene.
Absolutely.
Right, Peter. Thanks a lot. So, Marlene, you have been involved in this for a long time. You must enjoy it.
Oh, I do enjoy it. My good friend was Shirley Paulson, and it was her and a few others in Cozad that decided in 1983, when this building was available, that it should be the Robert Henry Museum. And so I started out just as a volunteer for her. And then about 30 years ago, I think, I was asked to be on the board, and then a few years later, I was asked to be president, and I do. I thoroughly enjoy every minute of it.
Well, we need people like you, so thank you, because the history is so important. Sometimes I think we all wish we'd pay a little more attention to history than we do. Seems like sometimes we don't learn as much as we could from history. But this has just got a great feel to it. Is that one of the reasons you like being here?
I think it is, and the history, you know, and I just have to give all the credit to those first few people that founded it in 1983 and decided it should be the Robert Henry Museum. We wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for those people.
Okay. Now, if you don't mind, we'll kind of talk a little bit of how people can come and enjoy this. Well, I didn't ask, how many rooms are there? Does anybody know?
I know there's 38 windows because we just replaced all the storm windows. So, but it's not quite that large, the building. But I never counted them. That's a good question.
We'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I promise. Yeah.
All right. So when can people come and see the museum?
Well, we're open. Our open season is May through October, and we're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 till 5. And then during the off season, we have signs in the door with telephone numbers and telephone calls. We're open to appointments anytime through the year.
Okay. Is there a website or a
Yes.
Facebook page?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
So they can kind of stay up to tune on activities here.
Our Facebook page is updated pretty frequently,
Okay.
and our web pages as well. But all of our programs are on both of those social media things. So yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad we stopped here, Christy. This is so cool.
And you'll be open this weekend for the...
Yes.
Yes.
I'll let Marlene.
We'll be open Friday night from 5 to 7 for an open house and refreshments and things, and to see all the decorations. And then Saturday for the same thing, we'll be open from 10 until 4. But from 1 until 3, Santa Claus will be here. So all the kids can come, and we've got a room set up in the back, and they'll sit on Santa Claus's lap and have pictures taken with Santa Claus.
Wow. In this historic building.
In this historic building.
Yeah.
That's right.
So a big weekend here at the museum, Friday and Saturday, and we hope that some folks will stop by that haven't been here before. I'm ashamed to say I've driven by this many times. Shame on me.
You're not alone.
But I hope that people out there will note it and put it on their plans. We need things like this to get ourselves out of normal everyday life, don't we?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And we have, and you don't see it here in this room, but we have a separate building where we have 18 of his paintings and 40 some of his sketches on display right now. So that's probably our most, after the museum, most importantly, what we do is to save his work.
Yeah.
So.
And then we have signs on both east and west end of Cozad that tell about the Robert Henry Museum. And of course, that's a great big pull to get people in from all across the United States. They know Robert Henry, they're artists, and they see that sign, and they've got to come here and see the Robert Henry Museum.
Well, it's a good fit. Christy and I have been visiting with other businesses and so forth today, and they all mentioned that the interstate is a good funnel to get people to Cozad, and once they come in, they oftentimes come back. And so this is just fantastic. We've had a great time here in Cozad today, and this is the grand finale. We really appreciate it.
Well, that's a plus. Thank you, and we appreciate
Thanks for coming.
it.
Yes,
You bet.
for sure.
You bet. Well, Brent, we've had a great time here in Cozad, and folks, you can too. This weekend, the doors are all open for you, especially on Saturday. But stop into the museum while you're here, and if you don't make it this weekend, plan to come in the time period when they're open during regular times. But as you say, Facebook, web, I'll keep you informed on this, but I got to take a walk around if you don't mind. And Brenna, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. Enjoy the remotes from Cozad today. And as Dave mentioned, we encourage you to visit our friends in Cozad, Nebraska, especially this weekend as they celebrate their old-fashioned Christmas. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the breakfast show this morning. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll talk to you